Welcome back, Loyalists, to our Liberty or Death playthrough. We are in August 1777, and it has been a couple of months of back and forth between us and the American colonists fighting for their independence. We were able to push back the Southern surge that had happened under Benjamin Lincoln and actually capture him in the last episode. But at the same time, we were pushed back out of Fort Western. But that is only because we had strained ourselves, but we have an artillery officer up here. We're rebuilding Clinton and Cornwallis and Howe and Carleton, and now they have artillery finally up here. We're waiting for our help in the central. Things are looking up. Things are looking good for us. And so with that being said, we're going to jump into this one and see if we can, with the goal being to rebuild these guys up in the north and possibly finally launch an attack on Fort Western to maybe break this hold and break this line and potentially even get into New Hampshire over there. That remains to be seen, because as you can see, Montreal is fairly beat up. I would like to move Burgoyne over to join the other ones eventually, but at the moment it's just, we're hurting. So there's a lot of work to be done here to rebuild and just continue to defend, because all they've been doing is defending time and time again, as Three Rivers and Montreal keep getting hit hard. So we are going to send just two. Fitzwalter doesn't do much anyways, but once we get some new units back, we will try to rotate some more out. So yes, we have to wait till November and December. Now, as they are sailing off, I want to remind you that if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel and you're enjoying the series and coming back and watching it each time, I'd like for you to think about maybe finally clicking that subscribe button, because it is going to help other people find the channel. You're finding this series, which is awesome, but what I want is to help other people find it as well. So for that to happen, you're going to need to click that button as well. And I think, should we reform Asgill? St. Luke's who we need to worry about. So we're going to see if we can move St. Luke back to Three Rivers. Does he have enough? He does. We don't need to take anything. We do need to take the money, though. We did have to retreat. I forgot about that. So we are going to now take this opportunity to jump ahead and see where this takes us as we look for the next encounter or development that might happen. And as we move into September, we get some new regiments. Thankfully, we get some coming back in the north. Not exactly where we need them. And we get our new one, hopefully in the central. Let's see who it is. Hopefully it's somebody. No, it's MacLeod back. So Gates and Andre are back, two that we need up there for the push. Then we got MacLeod, which is a fantastic one to have back in Virginia. Helps solidify our line. So what I'm thinking is, we do get our new one in the central this time, and I really would like to hold all of that southern part of Virginia again, but that stretches us out. I think that's our goal. With the one new regiment, we might be able to do that. I then think all of our focus maybe needs to be now getting new regiments in the north. That's where I kind of want to focus my shift. We might do one more in the central, but my thinking is we need to have weaker ones again up in the north that we can leave behind, so Carleton and Clinton and Cornwallis can do the heavy lifting and push and attack to gain actual ground, because we don't have the officers here, and I'm afraid the ones that we're going to have coming to help support are not going to be really all that great. We have weakened the central, even though that's a lot of blue in Virginia. I think we've taken their best away from them. The other good thing is while we've been doing this, I've been building up support quite a bit, because I have taken your guys' advice. Like I said, we've been doing the gazettes, and I've been moving Rawdon around in the south. He got Charlestown up to into 92 or somewhere, and now he's down in Savannah, and he's doing the same thing there. Well, our boy Grierson has no reputation whatsoever, so he's got good luck maxing out the rest of that with him. So we are going to now jump ahead yet again. All right, our man Guy Carleton is looking to launch an attack. Oh, I'd love to do it by sea. Let's see what we have by land first. Who can go is the question. Carleton is not trained, and he doesn't have the arms. Gates isn't trained. Frazier isn't enough. Andre's enough. Durnford's the only one. No. Carleton is not ready for this attack. We do need to wait. It will probably be October. But I don't think we need to fear anybody attacking these guys in the meantime. So Leslie's going to be the one that we leave behind. His loyalty, he's on furlough because after that attempt of bribery that Washington did on him, we have to get him back up. And so he'll be back in good enough shape to leave behind. That also gets all of these guys a shot to get themselves ready to go. And even though it won't be much, we can get Carleton some weapons badly needed, I might add. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to really do much until he gets up to at least 60. I always like to have mine in at least the 70s. And as you can see, he's nowhere near that. And these 15 weapons aren't going to do much for him. And his morale's taken a big hit. Everybody else's morale has jumped up quite a bit, but Carleton's has stayed low, so that's unfortunate. Now, the last one on this 1st of September is going to be in the central. I'm afraid they're going to launch an attack on the south potentially. McLeod's here, a good officer. We have 3 good officers here with McLeod and Baird and Jaegerman. The problem is we're taking a while. They don't have the discipline, so it's going to take a little bit to get them up there. But although they might be slow and methodical, they will be harder to dislodge because these guys can fight. And we'll be moving on to mid-September here after this one. So let's go ahead and see what happens if the Central does attack or if we get some new regiments. Thankfully, no one attacks. And now I think we finally get our new regiment right at the end. It took them a while to get overseas. And it is a cavalry regiment. And Ferguson is, again, tactically inept. Not good, but he's okay. And for a cavalry regiment, that's not bad at all. Because his discipline, he can get these guys trained up, and we can ambush, we can charge, and so he should be okay. Unfortunately, we don't get anybody up in the north. So as we are in September, because it may just be, I don't know if we're going to be able to launch an attack, or if they will be able to launch an attack. So let's take a look at where we're at support-wise. Canada loves us. Massachusetts is warming, even though he still hates us. Pennsylvania, surprisingly, not as unhappy as could be. Virginia is another one we've lost, but Georgia should be shooting up at 72. We've got that. South Carolina's going to start cracking a little bit. Florida at 76. North Carolina at 55. Delaware at 34. So we are still struggling here. The Treasury Secretary, I don't understand why he doesn't like us. The Colonial Secretary and War Secretary love us. Admiralty loves us. The Prime Minister is lukewarm. So hopefully we can withstand any vote of confidence. But look at that big number. 6,000 is our new number that we can expect to come in. We have also improved the loyalty of the states, which I'm hoping this will make some of those guys in the South like us. Canada, you can see, is an average 78, but Georgia, look at this. We've upped it to 81, and so we're racking in some money there. Florida's still okay. South Carolina and North Carolina need to be increased so we can win those governors under our support. Massachusetts, Gage gained 2 support on his last parade up there, but there's a long way to go to try to start to win over support from those men up there. So we could try a parade actually, just to get a little bit more support. And actually, now that I think about it, let's do that. So since we're about to go into session with Parliament, we're going to use this one turn because it's not going to make or break us when it comes to attacking or anything or defending. So we're going to go with 1 just to try to increase it 3 or 4. Oh, we increased it 8. So we break into it a little bit. And then with what's left, we will drill. But I think that's, however small it might be, is still a good thing. So loyalty of Leslie is up to 59. All right. We are going to jump ahead possibly to the parliamentary session unless we get attacked, or if something seems to open up in the central, because we are doing well there. We've had them on the run, So it might be worth our chance taking a shot at Richmond if we have the men available under Prevost. So let's jump ahead. Well, here we go. They're mounting another attack at Three Rivers. We're going to send over Cornwallis this time because he is actually decent enough. Unfortunately, I did a parade with him, so he could have been probably up in the 70s, but we didn't take advantage. I did my whole let's improve them one last time to weaken their own defenses. We'll see how we do. These guys, they're okay. But the problem that we're going to run into is St. Luke in Three Rivers. They don't have any training or weapons. We just recruited to get everybody back up to power. This could be our first loss in Canada, depending on who they're sending at us. They all have boats, so that doesn't help us. They've got John Thomas. Oh, wow, he's even worse than von Steuben is capable. And Tillman is definitely capable. So we are going to set up both sides. Because as you'll see, we are not in good shape here. At all. But we are going to set up over here in the hopes that Cornwallis could potentially knock the other two out. And if we put the other guy over on the other coast, Tillman can be distracted by these guys. Montreal will just get the snot beat out of him. But Cornwallis could himself, if he can get von Steuben out, Thomas is done. So let's see what happens. Again, we just don't have the ability to mount any sort of attack. All right, that's a big one. We start off with a win. We have the hillside there. So let's see how we do with Thomas coming at us. Oh, that one's not as nice. I do not want to abandon Canada because that would be a bad sign for us. Tillman's at 467. All right, next man up. Craig is not going to... Oh, Craig can actually hold his own against him. Oh, I should have attacked. Missed opportunity. Now, do we go after von Steuben? His training... They're doing way better than I would expect. Maybe if we get on the offensive, that will help us. And it did. All right, Thomas is going to be the big one. What will Thomas... Well... Oh, they're going around. Okay, we can go after Thomas then and start nicking away at him. Okay, Craig's going to be able to hold his own over there against Tillman possibly. So let's go after Thomas. Let's bayonet him. He's got no training or arms. That should have done... that should have done way more than that. Wow. I know it was a bayonet charge, but Cornwallis is a good officer and his men are so much better trained and well equipped. That's ridiculous. That should not be happening. I don't understand that at all. The only thing he has on him is morale and then barely leadership and discipline. That's mind-blowing. That should not be happening. Tillman's the guy we want to capture, and Thomas. Well, actually, any of these three guys. If we can capture any of them, that would be a big win for us. They are about to hit St. Luke in the fort. And St. Luke is not going to be able to win that one-on-one against von Steuben. Oh, gosh. All right. We're going to move up to the hillside. Craig, take another shot at him. So we know what's going to happen with Montreal. More reforming will be needed. They are going to get an influx of new recruits and regiments. You know that. They always do in the first month or so. That's the best news right there, that we were able to stymie von Steuben from that fort. That's a good sign. And Tillman, as good as he is, he doesn't have the men to be able to defeat us. I'm hoping being on the hillside is going to help us, and it does. Okay. That's the shift we needed. We are going to try to keep Tillman in the boats. His 100 training. Bremen. And then Wolf. Wolf can take him, but we want to try to keep Wolf as healthy as possible. Oh, we moved into a boat, which is probably better for us. All right, von Steuben's not going to win that fight. Oh, good. Tillman barely did anything there as well. More good news for us. We're going to wait until Thomas moves in. He should lose numbers here. Okay, he does. And now Cornwallis can come in to put pressure on him from behind and potentially pull off a capture here. All right, Tillman's in trouble as well. We know Tillman's not going to be able to mount an attack, so they're going to have one good officer in Norwich and one good officer probably in Berlin, maybe two, so I don't foresee them being able to do another attack right away. But we need to get some new regiments in quickly, or we need to get our men under Carleton and Howe and those guys ready to fight as soon as possible. Because unfortunately, Cornwallis keeps getting beat up. We might have to send him away to get reformed so he can come back with the weapons needed. And Clinton might just have to sit tight for a minute. All right. So it looks like it's not going to be pretty. That's for sure. We took a lot of losses that we didn't really want to take. But we held again. And I'm hoping for yet another new regiment. And I think we're going to need them in the north because that's where all their big attacks are happening. And until we get more regiments to be able to replenish these losses faster, and we're not going to be able to because we just don't have the money to draft, because we did that with Three Rivers and it's all gone already. So I'm really surprised Thomas is still here. So let's take advantage of that. All right. So he's going to be ineffective for a while. Tillman will be as well. Hopefully they're bringing us lots of money. And unfortunately, we do not capture Thomas yet again. They all get away. But a victory is a victory. And they are going to have to rebuild just like we do, but they're on the offensive. And we do have a sledgehammer ready to go from Penobscot Bay over there. But unfortunately, these 5 regiments, Burgoyne, you're going to have to send some more to get reformed. And we are running low on manpower. We'll keep Raymond around just for show. And slowly we will try to build back up. It'll be good to see some more men. So now we've done that. I don't think they're going to attack anywhere in the north. They might, if they come back and attack from the central, we'll come back in. Or if we have the ability to mount an attack on Richmond. But I don't think we will have the men available to go yet because we did some training last time. So we'll jump ahead and see where we get to. And we are ready for the next parliamentary session. Let's hope we avoid a vote of confidence. Oh no, here we go again. Connecticut this time. Now we've been putting a lot of effort into the South. Let's hope the solid South holds for us. Canada's a big... Oh, Canada's starting off against us. Massachusetts won, but Canada gives us the support. Can we get anything else from the north? Pennsylvania helps us for some reason. Maryland likes us for some reason. North Carolina doesn't. And South Carolina... Oh, my goodness. Georgia. Florida voted against us. Oh, this is going to come down to the last guy. Oh, 35%. They hate me. Man. We got to get a breakthrough somewhere. All right. Is anybody a loyalty problem that needs a promotion? That's what I kind of want to look for. Wolf would be very deserving for it. He's our lowest loyalty guy. He also has earned it. I like always promoting when I can someone who's earned it, and he has. And now his reputation will shoot up. He can do some damage up in the north for us. So 6,200 is not bad. We are going to get someone in the north. Apparently just one. Now the question here is, what do we want to do with our fleet? I think we're going to go with a joint attack in the north, because that's where the push is going to start to happen. Now we are going to give a lot more to the officers again, trying to raise morale and loyalty. We got to keep this guy on our side, so let's go ahead and spend some money. Let's get the third fleet going. Just 10 ships. We're only going to do 2,000 for the regiments, because maybe saving some money will help the treasury be on our side, because we need somebody to vote for us. We are cutting it way too close, and we're making progress, which is the frustrating part. All right, America's gained the north. And the central. Well, this is looking great. Maybe we should have kept our transport there. And the... Oh, wow, they've got some fleet power. Wow, we've got 3 strong fleets as well. And now we have smallpox. Please hit the Americans and not us. It's probably going to be in the south. Oh no, just one of theirs. That's good news for us. Do we get any new regiments this time? Oh, nothing new. Yes, we do. Who are we getting? Okay, so we get some reinforcements for Clinton, Pigeon, and DuBoisson. Both are coming back ready to go. We just need to get them trained up a little bit. But that is good news for helping to hold 3 rivers as well, because they are able to support 3 rivers. So let's just... Oh, wow, they've got some money. That means we can get Carleton some weapons. This is really good news for us. So since Durnford has the most... Oh, goodness. That's a lot of weapons we need, but all of this is going to go to Carleton. Everybody else is serviceable. Leslie's the only one, but Leslie's going to stay behind, so we don't care about Leslie. Oh, morale has jumped up, so thank you for that pointer, you guys, about increasing the officer pay, not just being loyalty, but also morale. That is good to know. How many people are able to fight here? Carleton can fight now. Howe can fight. Fraser can fight. We need to have Durnford. So we're going to hold off one turn. Get Durnford back up there. If these guys can train first, but Gates would be able to come with this as well. And Andre. We can come with the full force plus a fleet. Duportail is there. We can kick him out is the goal. Asgill is up here. We can't even send money over from Quebec. We're going to keep it in the north for right now because Clinton wants some mountain attack. No, sir, you just got men, but they are needing to be trained. So, do we want to send Cornwallis back is the question. He might be worth reforming at this point now that we have 2 officers here to replace him. We are going to get a new regiment up here. So I think that's what we're going to do. Save this money. We're going to need it after a battle potentially anyways. He's not too beat up. If we draft with him, he's going to have to train back up and get the weapons again. We'll get him back in December, which is not the best. But this is more of our defensive fulcrum point that we're building around. They're there to support a lot of units, not do the attacking. Now, Gage, my friend, you can send more money here so we can get more weapons before we launch that attack. My one fear is they got a lot of new units and they're planning on striking at Montreal or Three Rivers. We'll see how that works out. We do need weapons, though, up here. That is a must, but we also need training. St. Luke needs it more, so we'll buy the weapons with Balm. Split them evenly for the most part. And see what we can come up with. St. Luke has fewer men, so we'll give him 80. The good thing is if we can hold where we're at, the income's going to just go up every time because we're going to get more support slowly just by occupying the places. And we are now, doing the Gazette game down in the south. We obviously need to get Florida back on our side. We will have enough money in at least one of the Florida places to do a Gazette, which is good for us. Let's see what we have as far as weaponry goes here. Bremen is... I think we're going to hold on to the money. And when we get somebody new to come along here... Okay, good. No attacks. But when somebody new comes along there, we'll send Bremen to get reformed. Now, this is one I'm thinking of attacking with. But instead, we're going to drill with them. So... Jaegermen especially can support the attack on Richmond. That'll draw pressure off of Simcoe, I hope. Push them back a little bit. Keep their attention down here. Where are we at on weapons in this one? Okay, so they're all good in arms. I know von Heister is, I think, a little stretched down here. So we're going to send money down to Warrenton. They might be able to do more with it. We'll send 1,000 kegs of powder. Just because they will be attacking with artillery, so they are going to need that powder to be able to attack from distance. Alright, no attacks on the south as well. So because of that, we're going to jump ahead to either we launch that anticipated attack in the north, or if we're able to launch an attack from here on Richmond. And we are going to launch that attack from Warrenton. We bought some arms for von Heister. We are going to launch this attack on Richmond because we have artillery power with us. Prevost, von Heister, Holder, Sauber. We're going to have some support. Now, von Heister's not in the best of shape. The goal here, though, is to do what we did when we took Lincoln out, when we pushed him out of North Carolina. The goal here, just bomb them with cannons. If we can do that, we will gladly sit back and try to capture somebody to weaken them yet again. We have help coming from Norfolk. I do like all of these. They're not where we want them to be training-wise outside of Jaegermen, but we are sending a very capable force. If we are able to take Richmond, it keeps them on the defensive a little bit because they're sending support up there, which is not ideal. I was hoping they would have no support. I also would like to see their Pennsylvania militia start to disappear. So we do have, again, plenty of artillery. We have another... We're going to keep these guys up here. They have quite a bit, though, as well. And it is Woodford. I'm hoping he's not trained. Is this George Rogers Clark? It is. He's not trained, but he's got a lot of weapons. Timothy Beadle's going to be tough. Woodford's going to be tough. And John Jameson is going to be tough. Woo! They're bringing the big guns out at us. But we have Prevost. He's been itching for a fight. We're going to let him get that fight that he wants. We also have artillery that can sit back and help protect as well. So let's not overdo it. But we're going to get beat up a little bit in this fight. Now that's one of the best things we could have happen, though. Because we can already start to move up. Launch our bombardments. And because Prevost can move 9, we can charge back into the forest. He should be weakened enough for Baird to actually do some damage to him. Nope, not as much as I was hoping. But we can get Ferguson down here to help. Jagerman's job is going to be going after Clark to keep him busy, maybe weakening him. Again, the more we weaken these guys, we're not going to have to really worry about a counterattack at the moment unless they reinforce here. But they've been reinforcing the north so much, I wouldn't expect them to change that. Unfortunately, we could not capture Jameson. That's disappointing. But man, he just walked into a hornet's nest right here. All right. There we go, sir. Baird can take some shots. All right. Now for Ferguson, we're actually going to have him go over and help against Clark as well. I want to go ahead and try to capture Clark, ideally, or at the very least, cripple him to where he can't launch some kind of counterattack. Now that's one I'm worried about. Okay, so we are going to have to pull back. I wanted to try to get the capture of Beetle. It just wasn't meant to be. Okay, so he's in the forest. He's going to be moving there. Then we won't be able to get over in time. So let's move and let's wait in ambush. Pull back, put ourselves in ambush in case Woodford gets a little crazy and decides to move out. I do think Clark is... Okay, good. Clark is not in position. He should move into that forest. We get to get an ambush, although it is at night. Okay, still a win for us, and we can move back. We want him to come and let Jaegerman get an ambush on him. I don't know if he will do that or not. We are going to move Prevost up here. Get him in position to potentially get Woodford. Woodford is one we want to capture and not release. Beetle, if we would have taken Timothy Beetle, we'd be releasing him back. But this is one... Woodford would be a huge win if we can grab him. And of course, I'm okay with him not retreating yet. The longer he stays there, the better for us. Oh, thank you, Clark. Okay. So Clark is pretty much done at this point. Ferguson, the new arrival, is doing well. But again, the South, we're going to try to take all of Virginia just to defend 2 spots. That's going to be a little tough with the numbers we have here. But at least get back to where we were, where they only have 2 spots in Virginia. That would be ideal. All right. And we get to launch another ambush on Clark. Gravely injured. We can then send Prevost over here. Him and Ferguson. We might actually get Clark. And if we get him, even though he's militia, he's Virginia militia. And we need to weaken what they have in Virginia. So we will, because of his quality, we will keep hold of him. And we now have Woodford weakened enough. I don't want to go crazy and attack him yet. with Baird because I kind of wanted Clark to... Oh, I was hoping we were set up to get Clark. I didn't want him to flee yet because I wanted to capture Clark. But the good news is they shouldn't have too much to be able to hit us with. They didn't send any reinforcements from Roanoke over there. So that's good as well. All right, so let's jump back ahead till we get that northern battle we've been waiting for. Okay, we've got a new regiment arriving up north where we need it, Montreal, which is good because it's time to rotate out, it looks like. Webster getting him back. We got a rotation going, but this time we're going to launch that attack on Fort Western when we get a chance to. Now, we did take Richmond, which is good. Hopefully we can solidify it and hold on to this. There's no reason to reform here, which is good news. I do, after doing this training, I want to show you where the state's average is, because I was just able to do several gazettes in the South with quite a bit of money that came in. We're looking good as far as that goes, I believe, now. So if we look at the overall morale, Florida, we have bumped up to 82. We are starting to get that under control. 83 with Georgia. So we're shifting money after doing the Florida ones to South Carolina, which is at 64 at the moment, and North Carolina, which is at 51. So we do need to get those up there. Virginia, we have a toehold in. Canada doesn't have a chance to do parades and stuff because it's under constant pressure. And we need to get Massachusetts up there in support as well. That's going to be Gage's job, but as we take over places and leave others behind, we'll be able to do just fine with that. Okay, the counterattack has begun. Winchester is coming at Richmond. Unless they just got a lot of new regiments, which they may have. I should not have said anything. Okay, what are they coming at us with? Okay, not as much as I thought. Gist is a good officer, solid officer. Jameson is in his weakened state. George Whedon, no training or weapons. And Beadle is still, okay. We are going to win this fight. Oh, I forgot about it. They have 2 boats. So we are going to set up. I'm not really quite sure where. Their 2 weakest ones are coming at us with their boats. So he's going to go ahead and cross. That's good to know. The one thing I want to make sure we do is protect our artillery. As long as we do that, we'll be fine. We're better off, I think, coming out and meeting them where we have all the trees because of our forces with Jaegerman and Prevost here. We just have to make sure that they don't swing around and get us with their boats. All right, we can't move out any further there or he's going to come and ambush us. So let's move down this way. We're going to be, we don't need to be overly aggressive. He might have enough to move 3 squares, so we're going to hold off and see on that one. Okay, good. He attacked where I would prefer him to. $17. We're going to let Ferguson go in there and finish him off. We can move Prevost up into that forest as well. So he'll be ready for the ambush. We do want to get our men as close as possible to try to get any chance of capturing him. As he is one we do not want to let get away. That was worse than I expected. All right. We're going to move closer because I don't think he's going to come out. He's going to be down to 40 men or fewer. 40 exactly, so that means he'll be retreating. And we captured Jameson. He is going to be locked up. All right. And that's another one that doesn't have anything left. We are not going to move our forces out to fight that fight, though. We're not stupid. We have good ground. Very good ground, sir. Very good ground. That's a line that always goes through my head whenever I'm playing things like this from the movie Gettysburg. Whenever Meade arrives on day 2 and asks, well, General Hancock, is this good ground? And he just replies simply, very good ground, sir. Very good ground. And that is what we have here. With all of the forests and the artillery set up. I don't know where they're at. It would be nice to have daytime so we can see what they're trying to do, which is a whole lot of nothing. Except walk into a trap. Excellent. So we are going to go ahead and move him forward. Is this Whedon? It is. We're going to take the fight to them. I see no reason why not to. We have the better officers. Mortally wounded Beetle. We don't even have to worry about capturing him. We would have released him anyways. That's one less officer they will always have. That is what we love to see. Oops, I did not mean to do that, but that's okay. Whedon's not going to do anything. 125. Beautiful. Jaegerman can contribute to that as well. Excellent job, sir. We're going to move him over here to do the charge. Now, Whedon, even in his weakened state, if we can capture him, he's got such amazing discipline that I will, in all likelihood, just go ahead and lock him up if we capture him. But the good thing is we already know they have one less Continental officer. So we have succeeded in this fight by doing that. We need to get Prevost up there closer. And we captured Whedon. The battle was won. Excellent victory for us. And that should make Roanoke one we could potentially attack. We are not going to release him. His body doesn't have a lot. He can't do a lot each turn, but his discipline is so phenomenal. Jameson, they promoted to general. We are not going to let him go either because he's a danger cavalry officer. What can we attack with? Nothing. I kind of wanted to try to just go ahead and push. We know Clark's up there in 34, and that's it. And they've got no support anywhere else. So we are in good shape there. And I think on that note, we're going to wrap this episode up. So we had some victories for us. Or actually, no, we are not going to wrap this episode up. We're going to go and we're going to do that battle up north and attack Fort Western before we do. So let's jump ahead to that fight. Well, it turns out we are not going to do that attack on Fort Western. Instead, we have to defend Three Rivers yet again. So we are going to have to send our men here. So my thought is they must have just got loaded back up and they're coming at us again, unfortunately, because I don't know if we're going to be able to hold them off. We're not going to send Webster in yet. There's no point to. He'll just get chewed up. The one thing I do know, if this is where they keep sending their men, that means Duportail's over there sitting by himself. Oh, this one's going to be a little tougher. So they have Ward, who is good, and he's actually trained. Willett is trained. Burr is trained. Alden is not. Douglas is not at the best, but we've got no training there. Oh, goodness. And no training with Baum. Baum is... This might be it. Three Rivers might be falling. Let's see what Alden does over here. Yeah. Oh, man. It's Mighty Fortress Canada. We can't win this one. We have to play the long game. We have time to get it back. We're going to have more soldiers coming. The only problem is Montreal is now surrounded. We need to break back in quickly, but we do... Ooh, Norwich is weakened. No. We do have the advantage of having a joint attack with the fleet. And I think Montreal is going to be strong enough to be a deterrent. If they happen to go that way, they're not going to get very much farther. Quebec is a concern, but if we go after Fort Western here, we will be able to keep the pressure on them. So let's see what we've got at Penobscot Bay and see if we can wrap this up with that attack on Fort Western, and it will hopefully go the way that we want it to. Okay, Clinton and Pidgeot. Clinton is ready to go. Pidgeot is doing fine. This is one we are going to send more money over here to Penobscot Bay so Carleton can get more weapons. Massachusetts is worth more than Canada anyways, but I do not like seeing that divide in Canada. Especially with Gage up here and nothing. It's going to be interesting. All right. Yes, Carleton, but in just a moment. Let's get you some more weapons first. No one's able to train at the same time, but that's okay. We don't get much bang for our buck up here, like we do in the south. We're going to give it to... well, let's max out Durnford. He doesn't need many. And then I think we're going to go with our best trained and let Howe have some more. And then we're going to go fight. We will have a fleet supporting us. We do have artillery supporting us as well. I don't see how Fort Western can hold off on this fight. Hopefully they've got a lot of money there too. Duportel potentially might be the commander-in-chief. It's him or Green, I would think. I don't think John Thomas would be. Thomas, I was just reading... General Thomas, he was had served in 8 campaigns and wars against the French, apparently. So he had quite the experience. All right, so they do have support coming in. It should not be enough. But they are going to try to flee. As far as... Oh, wow, they've got quite a bit of men. Oh, wow, I forgot about Willett and those guys. Who do they have here? Glover, solid officer. Meggs, our nemesis. Duportail is ready to go. Ooh. This is going to be a fight. This is going to be a bloody fight. We aren't at our best. We do not want to send Carleton into the maelstrom yet. Neither do we want to send Howe. We have to play this smart. Because this is the bulk of their northern army, I would assume. So if we can do well with this, we're in really good shape. Again, I don't want to attack him. Or I do not want to get into position to where he can attack us. Because he's going to do quite a bit again. Oh. Can you? Nope. All right, let's see what the damage is going to be like. Oh, they're coming at us. Okay. We're okay with that. They did more than I expected, though. Megs is a tough. Okay, we held there too, so that's good. If only the fleet could get up there, we'd be in shape. We are going to just stay here. That's what we've been missing this whole stinking time up north. Getting ourselves a good artillery officer. The other good thing about, if we losing Canada this time, this is where we are now focusing our reinforcements. This is where I want to start building up because we need to. This army here needs to be able to attack. All right. Now we can hit him with 2 over here. That's good news. If we do not capture at least 1 person in this fight, that will be a vast disappointment. There we go. Okay. So there's 1 down. Megs has effectively been eliminated. Still having trouble over there. He lives to fight another day. Again. We have to wait till the daytime. Duportail's sitting over there somewhere. I don't want to overextend my hand and walk into a trap. So we have to be smart about this. It is a long night. We're not going to press that attack. We're just going to sit 1 more turn. Should be daytime. And we can see where Duportail is heading to. They're obviously going to stay away from the fleet because they're not stupid. Will Fraser. This should be a big win for us because it's artillery, but it's also Duportail. So that could have been much worse. I'll take it. We can now send these guys around through the fort. Okay. Willet's about to blast us. Ward is over there. Let's move around the other way. Stay out of his range. We do not want to give Willett, such a capable officer, a free shot at us. Now, if he's going to move into the... he's moving the lake. That opens up. Glover can move in. But with a bayonet charge, that was an interesting tactic. Okay. Time to move Howe closer. Okay. I wish Durnford had 6 movement. We could get him into a better position. Gonna hold there. If nothing else, we'll go after Willett at night. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure something out up there in the north. We will get one more shot in before nighttime. Now, any of these guys... Oh, they all have boats. So that's not going to be good for us. But Duportail should be retreating soon. And if he is the commander-in-chief, that would be really good if we can capture him. But we didn't. Because he's another one that keeps getting away. And there's another one. Now, the bad thing there is Berlin is still very strong. With Willett and Ward and Burr. We knocked... Oh, and they're moving around up north. That's even worse. Okay, so we're going to end it there for this episode. Thank you for joining me on this one. This one I know was felt like a longer... it's a little bit longer one, but we wanted to get through some of these key battles and see where we're at. And so this one was a twist. Progress being made, surviving another vote, but then Canada, the fortress, finally falling, and now they're moving men up there, and I'm a little nervous about that. Can we get it back as quickly as I thought? We're going to have to see. It's not going to be as clean cut as I was hoping, but we'll see where it goes next time. So thanks for joining me on this one, and I look forward to seeing you back on the next one as we continue this Liberty or Death playthrough, trying to stamp out the rebellion. They're being pesky, and they just won't go away. So let's see what holds on the next one, and we'll see you then.